The SR-71 Blackbird was a revolutionary aircraft developed by the United States, a product of Cold War tensions and advancements in aviation technology. Designed for strategic reconnaissance, the SR-71 became one of the most iconic aircraft of the 20th century due to its unmatched speed, altitude capabilities, and futuristic design. Often referred to as the Blackbird, it was an aircraft ahead of its time, and its role in gathering intelligence during one of the most volatile periods of modern history cemented its place in aviation history. The SR-71 was designed by Lockheed's Skunk Works, a secretive division of the company responsible for some of the most advanced military aircraft ever built. Under the guidance of Clarence Kelly Johnson, one of the world's most famous aviation engineers, the Blackbird was conceived as a solution to the growing need for faster, higher-flying reconnaissance platforms during the Cold War. It was built to replace the U-2 spy plane, which, although advanced for its time, had vulnerabilities, especially after the Soviet Union shot down a U-2 flown by Gary Powers in 1960. Development of the SR-71 began in the early 1960s as part of the broader A-12 Oxcart program, which was also a high-speed reconnaissance aircraft. The SR-71 was a derivative of this design, created specifically for the U.S. Air Force. First flown in 1966, the aircraft would serve until its retirement in the late 1990s, although there were brief periods where some were brought back into limited service. The SR-71 was a unique aircraft in many respects. It was constructed primarily out of titanium, a material chosen because of its high heat tolerance. At the extreme speeds at which the SR-71 flew, conventional materials like aluminum would have melted. Its sleek, black design wasn't just for aesthetics. The black paint actually helped dissipate the heat generated by its supersonic speeds, contributing to its nickname. The SR-71's engines were equally groundbreaking. It was powered by two Pratt & Whitney J58 P4 engines, which were capable of pushing the aircraft to speeds over Mach 3, 3 times the speed of sound, or about 2,200 miles per hour, 3,540 kilometers per hour. The aircraft could fly at altitudes of 85,000 feet, 26,000 meters, which placed it far above the range of conventional anti-aircraft weapons and most enemy fighter planes. The combination of speed and altitude made it nearly invulnerable to enemy attacks. The SR-71 also employed stealth technology before the concept was fully understood in modern military aviation. Its radar cross-section was minimized through the use of composite materials and an angular design, making it difficult to track on enemy radar, even at the high speeds it flew. In total, 32 SR-71 Blackbirds were built, including training variants. Despite its high cost, each aircraft was considered a significant asset for intelligence gathering. During its operational life, the SR-71 saw action mainly during the Cold War, where it performed reconnaissance missions over some of the most hostile areas in the world, including the Soviet Union, North Korea, and Vietnam. Although the SR-71 was never used directly in a war, its contributions to intelligence gathering were critical. The Blackbird's role during the Vietnam War and throughout the Cold War was to gather photographic and signals intelligence, helping the United States maintain situational awareness of enemy positions, movements, and developments. With its long-range, high-speed capabilities, the SR-71 could enter hostile airspace, photograph enemy installations, and leave before any interceptors or surface-to-air missiles could be launched. Despite flying over some of the most hostile territories on Earth, the SR-71 was never shot down. In fact, its performance characteristics allowed it to evade more than 4,000 missiles fired in its direction during its service. This success is a testament to both its design and the skill of the pilots who flew it. The SR-71 was highly successful in its reconnaissance role, as it provided intelligence that no other aircraft could match at the time. Its ability to outrun enemy interceptors and fly at altitudes where surface-to-air missiles struggle to reach made it a powerful tool for the U.S. military. While the advent of satellites and advances in drone technology eventually made such manned reconnaissance missions less necessary, the SR-71 was indispensable during its operational period. The SR-71 Blackbird's popularity transcended its military role. It became a cultural icon due to its futuristic appearance and unmatched performance. The aircraft looked like something out of science fiction, with its sharp lines, matte black finish, and intimidating presence. This appearance, combined with the mystery surrounding many of its missions, made it the subject of fascination both inside and outside the military community. The SR-71's popularity was also fueled by the sheer number of world records it set, many of which still stand today. The Blackbird holds the record for the fastest air-breathing manned aircraft, a title it earned through its sustained Mach 3+ speeds. It also holds the record for the highest sustained flight altitude by a manned aircraft. Another factor in the SR-71's enduring legacy is the admiration it garnered from the pilots who flew it. Flying the SR-71 was a dangerous and demanding task that required immense skill and focus. The select group of pilots who flew the Blackbird held it in the highest regard, often speaking of it with reverence for its capabilities and the challenge it represented. The SR-71 Blackbird was one of the most advanced and ambitious aircraft ever built. A marvel of engineering, it performed vital reconnaissance missions during some of the most dangerous periods of the Cold War, successfully gathering intelligence while remaining virtually untouchable by enemy forces. Its combination of speed, altitude, and stealth made it a revolutionary aircraft in the realm of aerial reconnaissance. Even though its time in service ended, its legacy continues, inspiring future generations of aerospace engineers and aviation enthusiasts.